Hello guys, listen. There is power in the barrel of a gun. There is also power in the edge of a knife. But never have I seen power that is more powerful than the power in a story, the power in a narrative, the power in a sequence of events that is narrated in a way that it catches the fire of imagination. A few months ago, the Nigerian people were asleep and they woke up to the news of Yul Edochie's announcement of a new wife and a new son. The news was a strong confrontation to what they've always believed, what they've always expected, what they've always adored. The values, the status, the regard, and the expectations they had for this wonderful actor and director, Yul Edochie. As they were trying to dissect, analyze, and absorb this news, they received another shock when May Edochie, his wife, the legitimate first wife of Yul Edochie, sent a remonstrating message on social media by saying, "May God judge you both." That act, that singular act by May Edochie is the only act, the only sign of remonstration of anger, of registering her discontent, her outrage, and her umbrage against what her husband did. And that singular act set a fire across all social media platforms, letting everybody know that what Yul did was not just deplorable, but a direct, humiliating attack and embarrassment to the wife of his youth, whom the masses has grown to love, cherish, and adore, because she has always been the backbone of the Yul Edochie they adore. But guys, that is not the basis of my analysis today. My focus today is the fact that this story of Yul taking up a second wife, in total disrespect and disregard of his first wife, has unintentionally made the wife the victim. And the way May Edochie, his wife, elegantly and wisely took steps not to create unnecessary scandal or uproar, made the public more interested, more enamored, more willing and passionate to protect and speak for her. And the rage has been growing stronger and stronger as the day go by, and as May continue to keep her peace, her pace, and her manner in sync and in line with decorum, elegance, and class. So guys, out of this saga has risen so many speculations, so many ideas, stories, and rumors. That is where the power of narrative comes up. These rumors, these stories, these opinions and narratives have created a great, wonderful image, a great, wonderful archetype we know today as Queen May. People from all walks of life resonated with her, fell in love with her, respected and wished to relate with her just because of the way she comports herself, just because of the way she handles her demeanor. Now guys, the story is the inspiration here. The story flying across our consciousness and this country and beyond is the story of how God has raised May Edochie from the bondage, from the humiliation of her husband, and how God has lifted her above this humiliation and embarrassment and the entanglement of a second wife by her husband. God lifted her above that to a place of honor, a place of favor, a place of grace. And people are hustling to identify, relate, and associate themselves with her wonderful story of grace. Today, guys, we see a young, struggling Nigerian who, out of love and passion, had traveled all the way from Enugu to Lagos State just to gift his elegant idol, his wonderful celebrity, May Edochie, a gift of a drawing he made meticulously and specifically for her. That May should inspire such love, that May's story should inspire such passion, such regard, such respect, appreciation, and value, that is making people from different areas to move out of their comfort zone to identify and relate with her, is a subject of so much interest, so much inspiration that we in this Sahara Africa should learn from. Guys, Nigeria economy is in shambles today, there is no doubt about that. that no matter how politics try to paint it blue, no matter how politics try to make us believe that darkness is light, the people are suffering, the economy is in shambles, the high cost of living is driving deeper and deeper the poor people into their graves. And people are clamoring for change. People are clamoring for a means of escape. People are looking for a solution. It is really sad, guys. It is very, very sad and pathetic that a country like Nigeria, that boasts of the most populous black nation in the world, that boasts of one of the most talented nation in the world, that boasts of one of the most conspicuous, the most enterprising, and the most intellectual in terms of human resources among the black nations in the world. In all this abundance of talent, in all this abundance of natural resources, that she should be one of the poorest in the world is a sad, sad story to tell. Guys, that is why today I want to refocus our minds on learning to borrow a leaf from this May Edochie's saga. If a mere wife, an ordinary wife that is not even in the political field, that has not in any way before put herself in the public eyes in the form of entertainment of one kind or the other, or in search of any cheap attention, if just because the public discovered that her demeanor, the way she handled the challenge that came into her domestic life, is so inspiring that the public resonated with her and fell in love with her and are ready and willing to go to any length to show their love and care for her. If her story could inspire such love, such adoration, such respect, then it is important that our political leaders begin to create a story, encourage a story that will restore faith in this country, that will restore peace, that will restore trust and confidence in this country. It is only when you believe in yourself, it is only when you believe in your nation that the inspiration to devise a means, to devise a solution to your problems, to your challenges will start coming. But as long as the leadership keep inspiring mistrust, keep inspiring discord, keep instigating a whole lot of hatred and a whole lot of ethnic diversity, no matter how much oil you will sell to the Western world, no matter how much Yahoo business, manipulation or fraud we may get ourselves involved in, the country will always keep on going on the downward slide in its economy, development and upliftment. Let the story of May Edochie teach us a lesson, guys. Even as we move on into next year's election, can we have a story that will inspire the young ones and the old alike? A story of hope, a story of peace, a story of love, a story of class, of elegance, a story of wisdom, a story of understanding, a story that shows how to comport oneself in terms of challenges, a story that shows courage, a story that can inspire and set the imaginations of the youth on fire to produce wonderful things that they can do for their country. It is not, and I repeat, it is not the barrel of the gun that controls the world. It is not the amount of wealth you have that controls the world. It is not titles of dynasties, of royal thrones that controls the world. It is not political power, political position that controls the world. The only thing that controls the world, the only thing that controls humanity is story. What story is coming out of the Nigerian system? What story is coming out of the African system? Can we learn from May Edochie? The story of a young housewife that has risen from being cheated upon, from being humiliated publicly in the internet, from being embarrassed and attacked by a gold digger side chick turned second wife. She rose from all these to become the favorite and the bride of the masses. My people, such a story is what Nigeria needs today. Such a story is the only thing that can inspire, compel, and then give our intelligent young ones the courage and the confidence to stop rushing out of the shores of this country. There's a huge brain drain because people have lost their trust, their confidence for the country. There is a huge brain drain, a huge intellectual hemorrhage, a huge expertise hemorrhaging out of this country because the people that know what they are doing are anxious to leave this country, to run away from this country because they don't see any sign of security, any sign of assurance, or any sign of prospect. Why? Not because there is no prospect, not because security cannot be assured, but because the story is telling them otherwise. Because the story is so gloomy, so pathetic, so deplorable, and so scary. Guys, what could make a young artisan that does not even have a strong financial strength to take time and paint May Edochie, and then out of his little resources, he embarks on a long journey from Enugu to Lagos State just to hand over this awesome gift to May Edochie? If not her story that has set his imagination on fire, tell me what is. My people, can you imagine what we can achieve if our leadership will act in a way that will set the imaginations of our youths on fire in a good and positive way, in a noble way, in a sacrificial way? Set it on fire in a way that will burn down the borders of ethnicity, the borders of nepotism, the barriers of tribalism, the barriers of bribery and corruption. Today, the social media and beyond are all electrified with expectation as they wait for the birthday celebration of May Edochie. Can we say the same about the birthday of this country in October 1st? How many people are excited about October 1st, the birthday of this great nation, Nigeria? Can somebody come up and give us a reason to build a story about Nigeria that will inspire patriotism, that inspires peace, that inspires confidence, that inspires pride? My people, let us not only consume our time by talking about May Edochie and Yul Edochie. Let us learn from this saga of how the power of a story can move mountains. This is because after all analysis and dissections and suppositions and opinions that has gone into this particular topic of May Edochie, we are all still going to go home to face the economy, the high astronomical rate of inflation, the way the poor people are expanding, the way poverty and starvation is sweeping across the country, forcing people to do horrible things just to survive. So my dear people, especially our leaders that are out there enjoying money that they didn't work for, it is a humiliation, it is a shame to have an edifice, to have a mansion in a town, in a village where everybody is living in a mud house. It is a shame, it is an indictment, it is a huge blemish on your person to be a rich man when all your kindred are poor, are struggling to survive. We can only rise when we rise together. So, as we have the leaders that siphon the public fund and use it to go and enrich the foreign nations, please let us have a rethink. Let us grow out of that humiliating, myopic mentality and come to the realization that the only great man is a man that is surrounded by great people. The only poor man, the only horrible man, the only foolishly blind man is the man that is standing in the midst of people that are groveling, people that are squatting, that are kneeling. You are not strong because people around you are weak. You are strong because you are surrounded with people that are strong. So guys, as we celebrate this young man that has taken his pain, his energy and his resources to move all the way from Enugu State to Lagos State just to celebrate May Edochie, let us remember the sacrifices of so many young people on the streets that are struggling and trying to make ends meet. The poor youth in the streets that are begging for somebody that will give them hope in the system, begging for somebody that will give them peace, give them faith and confidence in the system. They are not begging for work. They are ready to devise work for themselves. All they are looking for is a story that will give them peace, that will give them faith and trust, make them feel comfortable with doing the right thing, and not make them look stupid. Why their mates that are stealing, that are kidnapping and doing Yahoo are the ones that are being celebrated. No. Can we have a story that celebrates and honors hard work, honest living and integrity, instead of celebrating stories of young men who flaunt buying expensive cars and building houses without showing any concrete work or profession, without having any office or job? Please, for how long shall we continue like this? My people, this is why we should not only celebrate May Edochie today, but also celebrate this young man that has designed and painted May Edochie in that picture and has taken the pain to move almost through the half length of this country to go and register his love and appreciation of the person of May Edochie. Let us have a story that honors people that show sacrifice, that show discipline, that show integrity. Let us honor and celebrate people that are intelligent and creative like this young man, instead of people that just come up with evidences of wealth without any tangible profession, that has no concrete root or evidence of a profession. Let us learn from May Edochie's story and this awesome young man that has gifted her with this beautiful painting. These are my takes for today, guys. Thank you for listening, and God bless you for staying with me to the end. I know your time limit is far stretched, but please permit me to briefly say this. This post is not a political stunt. It's not a political advert of any type. I am not inclined to any political party or supporting any political candidate here. My interest is simply, purely and solely on the best way to make the country better and to give the young ones and the old ones alike the hope, the trust and the faith to keep on forging on without thinking that honest effort is a fault, honest effort is a disgrace, and without thinking that the only way to survive in this country is to join Yahoo business and human rituals. All I'm saying is that let us have a story that can inspire us to do more than we can even believe we can. Thank you. Please subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. And also like and follow our G-Squatter page on Facebook for more. Do have a lovely week, guys. Bye-bye.